if it's working and I'm not messing stuff up here. Hopefully you can see me. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. I think I think I'm live. And I'm messing up something already. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm missing another thing here. There you go. All right. Okay. Hopefully the connection doesn't go away quickly and you can see me and hear me well. And this is the first time I try this, so keep that in mind. Meaning I'm live in multiple platforms at the same time. So let's see how this goes. Just clean out the camera. Well, my phone in this case. So I can film the process. I've been doing these lives, just drawing, basically drawing my sketches that I've been doing for quite some time already. I think I'm over 400 or something. Yeah, it must be like 450, somewhat around that. So, uh, hi. Yeah. If I said this right, I'm looking at multiple shots at the same time, so it's a little bit confusing, but hopefully I can work around this. Okay, okay. All right. Yeah. Uh, I've been using a pen and Sharpie for the last few, sometimes different highlighters and Posca markers. I would say the most expensive ones are the Posca markers, but yeah, if you want one, it's not impossible to buy. They're fairly affordable, and you're getting something that is good. So yeah. So my if you saw my stream yesterday, I did this guy, and I've been doing all these drawings, one per day, and yeah, because I cannot do this during the day, so I decided to do this instead. So see, there you go. I recently changed the camera setup, so let's see how this works out. Alright, so today I'm going to draw this anaconda that you can see here, green anaconda. They're uh, fairly known to everyone. This picture is from Wikipedia if you wanna see it or look at it for yourself. Um, yeah, usually Wikipedia has some cool stuff. So, anyhow, uh, I've mentioned this before. At first, what you have to focus, or what I focus on, is trying to frame the drawing within the page. So, let's say this is your page, So I would take this as a reference, for example, and just measure something like that to have some space around the drawing. That way you can have some breathing um, around the drawing, and it looks more. Um, it looks better. It looks, the composition is better that way. And actually, if you saw the stream yesterday, without noticing, in this case, I moved the drawing a little bit towards the edge, and that's on me. It should be, in my mind, it should be a little bit further away from the edge, so you would have that sort of breathing area around it. So yeah, something to keep in mind. This one is a better example of what I mean. See, it's not perfect, but you see the subject in the middle of the page. Well, anyway, the other reason I've been doing this is because uh, using a pen allows you to get a final result. By the time you're done, whatever you put on the paper is gonna stay there. So yeah, uh, it's a good idea to kind of clean the pen a little bit before you start, because it can get clogged with ink. Let's see. I'm a little bit nervous because it's, as I mentioned, this is the first time I stream in all these platforms at the same time, but bear with me. So the first thing is kind of the framing. I try to do like a really light drawing. It allows you to make a sketch. You can sort of see the lines, but not 100%. So it allows you to play a little bit once you start to go darker on the lines, or you press on the paper more. So the other thing I like about pen over paper is that you have a lot of pressure control. There's a lot of things that you can do. So in this case the image is cropped, but I'm just gonna guesstimate that the the lower part of the jaw is around this point. So let's just leave it at that. Hey, okay. Alright. So let's, if I stop talking it's because I'm trying to focus on the drawing. Also, if you have any questions, oh, hi. Alright. Thank you. Thank you for your comment. Alright. Gracias. Alright. So let's see. Let's go. Here goes. I think this might end up with a little bit more lines than it usually does. By the way, if the stream cuts off, it's because the internet has been acting up for the whole day, so keep that in mind. Alright, let's see. The other thing is, right now I'm filming and I'm playing, I'm trying to get the angle right of the drawing, but you can this way, you can end up with distortion. So if you see me moving around, that's the reason. It's just something like that. I I've talked about the angle in relationship to the angle of the paper in relationship to you. So something to keep in mind if you want to try this. So just you can see there that there's some distortion that I was doing with the eyes and the jaw, and the separation is not exactly the same. So it would be like something like that. If you see the image is really symmetrical, so there's no playing around with that. All right, let's see. And yeah, because I'm a nerd for animals, you can see that this is a predator because the eyes are well, in this case you can see the way it hunts because the eyes are on the top of the head, facing upwards a little bit but also towards the front, which is a characteristic of predators, um, lions, uh, where is in that category, a bear. If you see, like for example, a roaming animal, they usually, because they have to check out for predators, their eyes are on the sides. So even if you look at fish that there will be on the water with this thing, their eyes are fairly towards the sides, and probably they have a bigger uh, angle of view, which, yeah, I don't know if I can. Let me see. I'm doing this and I didn't check if one of the streams is working. Yeah, it seems to be working. Okay, well, all right. So you can see the eyes there. I'm setting up uh, something like that. Yeah, and this creature is the head is basically kind of like a triangle. Uh, like if you see it from the top, it would be, I don't know if you can see it, something like that. That would be the easiest shape to draw it as. So this would be just simply towards the front. I might still mess up, but doesn't matter. Also, a part of this is trying to make the whatever mistake you made part of the design, or you can fix it a little bit at least. Also, another thing about this type of thing is that you build more confidence with the drawings, and it also, I mentioned the on the past stream that you can actually use this if you want to, for example, tattoo. This is a good transferable thing to tattooing because, yeah, it's translatable. It's not the same as when you're doing like shading, that it has all the needles next to each other, but it's like a pointer or a liner, I think is in English. Anyhow, the mouth should be facing a little bit upwards, and you can see it has a bit of a curve there, and it goes down like that. And you it goes like this. Let's see. Yeah, you see, I know that I messed up here because it's not the same distance from each side. But it doesn't matter. If I want to use this later in for another project, I can scan it and just extend this a little bit. So it's not a big issue. And in any case, this is just a sketch. That's also the reason why I try to keep it fairly simple. So it would be, now that I have the structure down, it's something like that. You can goes like that, something like that. You can see the nostrils. Hmm. Yeah, this is an amazing picture. I'm I'm hoping that the person who took it was safe about it. Yeah, these things they grow like a lot. So I think, well, for those of you that, as me, work with meters, would know that um I think they get to like 9 meters or something like that. Those were the ones, the biggest ones they found. I don't know if they're still around. They're probably even bigger, or they used to be bigger than that. Because reptiles, they don't stop growing if they have food, enough food and space to do it. So if we're not hunting them, they're probably growing. So I believe we basically ended the population of extra large creatures from the Amazon when we got there. Uh, it covers the lower part of the screen. Oh, you mean the drawing? I can move that. Let me just something like that. Hopefully, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Just okay, cool. Right. Let's see. Something like that. And there's all sorts of myth around these creatures that they eat whoever gets close to them and all that. But I don't think like if they can if they can get something, they probably will. But it's I think it's exaggerated for the most part. Uh, and because they used to be gigantic, then it feeds the myth. Like the movie it gets ridiculous. Like the thing is like more effective than like the shark on Jaws. I don't know. It doesn't make much sense, but it was a. I guess it's a fun film. I don't know if I'm gonna get too much into the details of the because the scales are have too many scales. So maybe I'll just reduce the information, just add enough detail. That's another thing. You can balance out a drawing by adding just enough detail so you can sort of see what is there, or oh, that's a scale, but you don't get into like drawing each and every one of them. So you sort of suggest what goes there, and the brain, if you do it well enough, the brain should complete the rest of the drawing. All right, just something like this. See the water. I'm doing this lightly because then after I'll go with the highlighter and markers. I don't know what I'm going to do for the end, but let's just hope for the best that I don't screw up. All right. Okay. Yeah, it seems to be working. So give me a second. Somebody wrote to me. Okay. So this is in shadow. So I'm just gonna fill that. I think I'm gonna get this part with. There's a lot of things that go on top of the creatures. So, I think in regards to the sketch, looks better now. Yeah, I haven't messed it up. All right. So let's see. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know how much I want to shade this. You can. It's a subtle balance of not messing it up, basically. For this sketches, okay, the reference doesn't show where. Oh, it's not showing on the. Give me a second. What is? Oh, you can see it there. It should be possible to see it. Hmm. Yeah, you can definitely see that. Let me see if I can. Sorry, everybody, whoever's watching. I'm just gonna switch a bit things here and potentially, hopefully, not mess it up. Just oh, you can see the OBS there. Whoop. Eh. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, no. So it'll be something like that. And I just move this. And hopefully. Anyway. Yeah, I know. For those of you that are not in this sort of thing, I'm using OBS to stream. So if you haven't checked that out, it's a really nice software. So yeah, I would 100% recommend it. Okay, let's keep going with this. Oh, I'm surprised that the internet hasn't crashed. Like the entire day has been going to nothing. All right. What was I doing? Oh, I was shading. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. I was gonna have music on this stuff on the streams, but it's a little bit more complicated than it seems in regards to copyright. Not putting the music, adding the music is fairly simple, but in